began your Toastmasters career like I did, you come in here every Thursday, sit in that chair, in a state of prayer. God, please don't let the Table Topics Master pick me. Did you know that for Toastmasters, between the ages of 15 and 85, table topics is the primary cause of nighttime problems, sleep deprivation, and daytime incontinence? Why should table topics be so difficult? We talk all the time. We talk to each other all the time. But we don't talk to each other on subjects we don't speak about normally or don't have any knowledge of. And that's where table topics gets difficult. Stand up now and start talking about a subject I present you with that you have no knowledge of. Well, good luck with that. That's what we're here to learn how to do today. What is a table topic? Ashley's already established. It's a speech. It's a 60-second speech. And what do speeches have? I explained it in the educational focus last week. I'm asking you, what does a speech have?
A beginning,
middle,
end.
Hey! Good memory. Speeches have a beginning, middle, and end, and so will your table topics, God willing. What we're going to learn today is how to dissect that table topic as it comes out of the Table Topics Master's mouth and turn it into something that is fruitful for you. The first thing I want you to do, as Ashley explained, is listen carefully to the question as the Table Topics Master says it. Every word, as it comes out of their mouth, you're going to be thinking, where's this going? What could I do to pull this apart? If necessary, you could delay and ask them to repeat the question. Wonderful stall tactic while you examine your options. Doesn't make you look particularly attentive. I mean, should you be looking at your cell phone or eating your eggs when they're asking the question or thinking about what's on TV today? No, you're going to be paying attention. All right, now you've been asked a question, you stand up and you smile. You smile, not a regular smile, a mouse that ate the cat kind of grin. I have this, I can do this, no problem. Now I'm going to break down for you the different types, categories of questions that you can be asked. Generally speaking, there are 4 categories. I mean, we could break them down further, but there are 4 we're going to work with today. The first is the story. We use this quite commonly. And it's very simple. Tell me about a time when, right? Very basic. Let me tell you something about stories. You can't make a mistake in stories. There's no bad story. But there is a very wide spectrum of quality stories and not so quality stories. Quality stories have a beginning, middle, and end, and they have passion. You don't stand up here and flatly espouse some facts. Because facts tell and stories sell. And that's what I want you to remember. In all of your speeches, facts tell and stories sell. Tony Robbins is a brilliant guy, and one of the things that he says that I always keep in mind is that from motion comes emotion. So if you stand here flatly, you're probably not likely to put some emotion into your speech. So get animated. Use your hands if you have to. Speeches generally should also have all the components that we learn in the Competent Communicator Manual: eye contact, animation, vocal variety. These types of things make a great story. The type number 2 is a problem-solution type question, such as, our table topics run too long. Well, what are you going to do about it? So there's your problem. What's the solution that you have in mind? Now you can come at this by coming up with a solution, but what if you don't have a solution? You can argue that, well, I don't believe we have a problem with table topics. Table topics run perfect. The problem is that our meeting is too short, and we should extend our meetings. Type number 3 is opinions. There are a couple of different types of opinions. A question could be asked such as, do you prefer Obama or Clinton? Right? We know what Thomas would like.
None of the above.
Right, why don't you get up here and give the speech, Thomas? All right, so that's Type number 3 of the opinion category. There's the closed-ended, either or, and your option there is to choose one side and thus alienate the other half of the room. Choose neither side and explore both simultaneously in a kind of dispassionate, wishy-washy kind of way. Or you can introduce a third option. Great idea. And then the final type is an open-ended opinion. What do you think about Vladimir Putin? I actually pooped just a little bit in my pants. My own question. I don't know anything about Vladimir Putin. So what do you do with that? I don't know anything about it, but do you admit that you know nothing about Vladimir Putin? No, it's not a good idea. We have seen that here, and it's better. I'm a man. We're not good at standing up and saying, no, I don't know that. No. If you have to, Google, what do you know about Vladimir Putin? That's what you have to do. Or you say something like, Vladimir Putin. My uncle Peter looks very much like Vladimir Putin. And here's my story about my uncle Peter.
Right. Yep.
Stories can get you out of a jam very quickly. Type number 4, all that other stuff, all the other types of speeches, such as, if you could be a superhero, which would you be? Ashley, do you know any what if you don't know any superheroes? Oh my God, I can't think of a single superhero! All those years of television, I can't think of a single superhero right this minute.
Super procrastinator.
I think you found it. Yeah, that's a superhero. What if you can't think of one? I don't think I like being a superhero. In fact, superhero looks like a lot of work to me. I mean, you've got to have a full-time job during the day, and then you've got to put on your super suit at night and fly around helping people all the time. I can barely keep my life together as it is. So there's another option. A year ago, I made the mistake of letting Jeremy Udell grill me for 5 minutes, 5 one-minute table topics. And his final question to me in that 5 minutes was blue. Jeremy, if you're watching this, revenge is a dish best served cold, and it's very cold in space, and I will have my revenge. At that time, I couldn't think of anything about blue. But today, I could think of, say, Smurfs, and all the years that my sister made me watch the Smurfs. What a retronym that is. Or the blue atop Ayers Rock in Australia when I went there. There's a story behind that, right? You can select that. Blue, the blue used by Marc Chagall in his incredible paintings, an opinion-style response. Blue, like, I never really liked blue. In fact, I'm a warm-blooded American, and I like the red of the Chicago Bulls! Yeah! In closing, table topics have a
beginning.
Opening, middle.
Facts, tell, and
Story.
There are 4 types of table topics that we've identified here, and now you know how to handle all 4 types. It's time to put that knowledge to the test. I'm going to ask some questions here, some sample questions. You're not going to answer the question. You're simply going to categorize the question, and then you're going to tell me how you could handle it. You're not going to give me a full speech. So the first question is, who would you rather be stuck on a desert island with? Reid or Michelle? Hi.
Oh man.
For real? That would be a problem. We're categorized the same? That would be bad.
You're seeing a video of people laughing as we go through the video. Okay, that's one way. All right, you're alone in the woods and a bear attacks you. What do you do? Epi.
Stories?
Yes! Stories is one that's problem solution. I mean, it could be either, but yeah, problem solution is really where I was going with that. And what would you do? What could you say about it? What are your options? Bear in the woods.
Think. Cry up the trees if I can, or like yell for help, or that kind of stuff.
Okay. All right. Good. Let's see. So, tell us what your last boss was like. Amy, what type of question is it?
That would be a story,
Right.
I believe.
And what could you say about it? Options.
Well, I think if I had to think fast, I would just try to think of the last amazing story of my boss.
Okay.
My previous